Welcome to my crazy, messy studio. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you did, it's probably a sign you need to clean your studio. But firstly, this is not horrible. It has been worse than this. I'll just say that. But the problem is, I think the phone that I'm using to record this makes it look bigger than it is. Like, I can barely squeeze through some of these spaces. And when I originally set it up this way, I liked all the separate stations. I have my computer station. Behind the computer is like a painting and drawing area. And then this desktop here, I can clear it off and like make products up there, or I can paint up there. But it's just too crowded. It's just too crowded. So we're rearranging it today. Hang out with me. Let's get this thing sorted. So the first thing you can see is me pulling a piece of furniture out of the closet space. I had stuck that in there, trying to utilize the most space, but it made sense to put the bigger shelf in there and bring the smaller shelf out. So that's what I'm doing. These are tons of old paintings that I don't know what to do with. I don't paint in that style anymore. They're probably almost 10 years old at this point. And I don't know what to do with them. I don't think anybody wants to buy them, but I just can't throw them away, and I don't really want to hang them up. So I'm like, do I redo them? I don't know. So for now, I'm storing them. I originally had my studio set up the way that I'm turning it, where all the desks are underneath the window. That's how I've had it for a really long time, and I got sick of it, so I pulled them out. But after about 6 months, it just was too crowded in there. And anytime that I need to like kind of feel refreshed or feel motivated, even after like a long project, like I just got done with the big magnolia painting that took weeks and it took over the studio. So it's kind of nice just to do a refresh and kind of regroup. My priorities are kind of all over the place with my business right now, and I think the best way to kind of like focus for me is to kind of just get a clean slate and start over. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just putting things back if there is a place for them. I'm removing any trash. I'm sorting things slowly. If they have a place, like I said, they'll go to their place. I am moving the mic in this shot. You can see I'm just gonna move the computer over so it's not blocking the window. Sorting papers that I want to keep, papers that I want to get rid of. I kind of like feel like I have too much stuff, and I have a hard time letting go of stuff, but I also like really hate clutter. I don't want to waste. That's my thing. I don't want to just like throw stuff out because it feels wasteful. So I hold on to a lot of things because I don't want to waste them. But there's me when I was a child at the beach. That was one of my mom's photos, and she left that to me when she passed away. So I keep it as a reminder in my office. So this wall is basically just has this piece of furniture on it. And right now there's some shipping supplies on the inside and not really a lot on the outside, just kind of junk. I last year decided to take a bunch of anatomy and physiology classes to apply to nursing school because I work in healthcare as my full-time job. I got into nursing school, but I decided not to go. And so I had to get rid of all those old notes and stuff. This paint I've had since I started painting. It's dried out. It's very thick and goopy, so I decided to get rid of that as well. And I'm just getting rid of anything that I don't really use anymore or don't find value in. I've got a donate pile and a throwaway pile going. But most of the stuff I don't want to just like throw out. So if I can figure out a way to use it, I'll keep it and use it. Like I said, hard time letting stuff go that I still see value or potential in. Yeah, so not a whole lot happening here, just sorting, keeping the things that I think that I can use. And a lot of that stuff is tools for putting hangings on the back of paintings, like the sawtooth hangers and stuff. But I don't really do that anymore. I think command strips work fine for the paintings that I make. I don't have a ton of stuff hanging around my house anyway. Something I'm going to work on this year. As you can see from the magnolia painting, I actually did hang that one up. But yeah, this shelf I spent a lot of time organizing prior to this video, so there wasn't a whole lot to do on that shelf. It's got my printer and my cutting machine. It just needed a little bit of cleanup, but like all the stickers and paper and shipping supplies were already organized on that, so there wasn't a whole lot to do. The closet is a mess for sure. That's something that needed attention. I wrote 5 books of poetry. That's what those are, and I don't know what to do with them, so they're kind of just sitting around. I have a couple ideas for them, but I don't know. I have a hard time following through with projects. I get bored really easily. Okay, it's a new day, and we have got to finish this room. And this closet, it's not working. These canvases that are stacked, I don't think that's good for them to be stacked that way. I'm not sure, but I just feel like that will leave indentations on the bottom ones when it gets too heavy. So I'm gonna try to align them vertically, do a little bit of rearrange, and then we'll wrap this up. First thing I need to do is like pull everything out and sort it. So those stack of canvases on the top are all canvases that I've started and not finished, or finished but finished years ago, and it's not really my style anymore, and I don't think anybody would want to buy it, so I don't really know what to do with them. The ones that I'm keeping are blank, or the ones that are really unfinished that I can try to finish. So yeah, I've had to make some tough decisions there, and am I really going to rework this one, or do I need to just let it go? And I think I'm at the point where I just need to figure out what to do with this stuff. I'm not going to hang it up in my house. I don't really want to post it and try to sell it because I don't think it's really like good enough. I don't know. So I got to figure out what to do with that. There's still a pile of stuff by my door even after this. But we'll see. Maybe you guys will have some suggestions. The rest of this stuff on the top is just like small paper stuff, black paper, old sketchbooks that I'm trying to go through. My plan would be to finish doing the sketchbooks that I already have out, and then, you know, start fresh and just stay in one sketchbook until it's done. I don't know if I can stay that way. Again, attention span short. I get bored and want to hop around. I have not found a sketchbook that I'm in love with yet, so I'm still just experimenting with different papers. So let's have a look back at what this looked like before I organized it. Pretty full, pretty chaotic. Definitely looks better in there. I can live with that. There's a workspace up at the top. There's some room down below. It's not crazy falling all over each other. And here's the studio before and the studio after, and it just looks stunning. I just love it. It's so open and airy, so much better when you walk in here. It's like, I just feel like I have room to breathe and I can move around a little bit, which is good. So hopefully this inspires you to take 10 minutes, take 2 hours, whatever you've got, and refresh your space. It really helps my mental health when I'm feeling stuck. So that's it for this video. Good luck with your studio spaces. I'll see you in another one. Take care. Bye-bye now.